Hi everyone, welcome back to the Farmhouse porch. As usual, you have your regulars, Annie at the 15-acre homestead, Kathi at Oakhill Homestead, and Shawna at Homegrown Self-Reliance. Me, I'm Julie over at the Farm Wife. We're really glad you stopped by for a visit. Today, our discussion has been about that dreaded subject, money. We all need it. We're all trying to figure out ways to earn more of it, to hang on to it when we do get it, and to be as frugal as possible when we have to spend it. Unfortunately for most of us, it goes in this hand and goes out this hand so quick we can barely see even the pennies. But it's hard at best, but we can always make it through. Now, Annie, Kathi, and Shawna have some helpful tips on it, but let me tell you how I handle it. I do have a budget, but to me, a budget is projected expenditures. It's a guess at what you're going to make. If something happens, your budget goes by the wayside, but you still need to have one. But I always take it one step further. I do an income and expense spreadsheet. Now, I have mine on Excel, and mine is combined of the farm and website expenses. I don't have electric and gas and that sort of thing on here. Mine is more designed to hang on to what income I have on the farm and to know exactly where I stand, how much I've made, how much I spend. But the income and expense spreadsheet that I use can be adapted to any business, to a household, to whatever you want to use it for. What I do is every single month when I get an income, whether it be from selling eggs, selling vegetables, value added, when we sell cows, no matter what that income is for, it goes in that month, in that category. I have my categories broken down. If I have an expense, I take that receipt and I put it under the corresponding expense category. Now, some days I'm really, really good, and I go and I put those receipts in as soon as I get them. And other days, I usually wait till Friday. That's my accounting day. And I'll take all of the receipts and I put them in. What happens is I have an accumulative idea of how much money is coming in, how much money is going out. And then at the end of the year, all I have to do is print it off, send it to my CPA, and he can get my taxes done. I don't spend hours and days trying to gather all the information. This way, it's all in one location, it's kept up with. Now, I'm also able to go in there and look at it at a glance. There is a chart, a data chart in there. So you can see what area of the farm is doing better than others. For instance, my income for my chickens are usually pretty good. But I sell eggs, and I sell meat birds, and we sell baby chicks, or we have in the past. And so I get a decent income from that. Now, when I say decent, sometimes that means I broke even, which makes me celebrate. But I can also tell you that there are some years our cows do horribly. The income to expense ratio, the expense is out of this world, and the income is very, very low. But because of that, I know where I need to scale back. I know if I need to add more. I've got a handle on how much it costs me to raise my animals. And by doing that, I also have a way of doing pricing. I still can't price myself out of the market, but I still have that way to do it. If you're looking for a way to hang on to your money, to know where your money's going, and to see where you end up at the end of the day, one of the best ways you can do is an income and expense spreadsheet that's going to accompany that budget. The one that I have is very easily adaptable. If you know how to use Excel, you can just drop in your line items and formulas are already there. And better yet, if you need help, just let me know and I'll be glad to get you set up on it. Okay, let's find out what Annie has to say, what Kathi thinks about it, and what Shawna does with her money. We're glad you visited. We'll see you back here in a little bit.
Hi guys, I'm Annie from 15 Acre Homestead. Today we're talking about making money from inside the homestead. There's a lot of ways that you can do this. One is by starting by walking through the rooms of your house and looking at the different things that you do and make that you could make some money on the outside. The first room would be your laundry room. When you go into your laundry room, what do you use? Laundry soap. Do you make your own laundry soap? You could sell this. How about handmade softener? Or the dryer balls. People sell the wool dryer balls a lot. The next room would be the kitchen. The kitchen, there is many things that you could make on the homestead. You could make sauces, rubs, spice blends. You could bake bread. Lots of towns have a CSA or cottage laws where you could go ahead and sell eggs, baked goods, jellies, jams, things like that. Just make sure you check your zoning laws. In the state of Florida, you can only sell so many things. Like you can't sell anything that has to be heated to be cooked. You can't sell any kind of cooked vegetables, things like that. So make sure you check on the cottage laws for your individual state. You could offer a catering service. A catering service is a great way to make breads, cookies, desserts, and things for people's weddings, graduations, all kinds of events. What about sewing? Do you sew? You could make handmade aprons. You could alter clothes. You could make placemats, curtains, pillowcases, tablecloths. You could offer alterations on clothes, handmade quilts, crocheting, knitting. Those are all options to make money inside the home. How about in your bathroom? Oh, great ways. You could make shampoo bars, bath bombs, fizzes, cosmetics, home remedies. You could make handmade soaps. And then, of course, you have your miscellaneous ideas where you could make candles. Lots of people sell candles. Jewelry. You could make your own fire starters. A lot of people are prepping nowadays and making their own fire starters. You could offer house sitting services, pet sitting, or daycare. You could do, make reusable shopping bags out of plastic bags from the dollar store or Walmart. You could do painting. You could make emergency candles. There are so many ways you could make money inside the home. Take the things that you already do. Think about things that other people want. Go ahead and make them. Get them together. Put a price tag on them. You can get a website, which is cheap. You could go to Etsy. You could put signs outside. You could take the things you sell to your local farmer's market or flea market or yard sales. But there's tons of ways that you can make money inside the home. If you're a blogger or you have a computer, you can do freelance writing for people if you're a good writer. You could write children's books. The point of it is, take the things that you like to do, take the things you know how to do, the things that you could teach people to do, make your own things, and make your own income from inside your homestead. What do you make inside your homestead? Let us know in the comments. In the meantime, have a great week. Bye now.
Hey guys, it's Shawna. So today I'm talking about making money from your homestead. Your farm should be looked at like an investment. It just makes sense to be able to make at least some kind of income out of it, or at least offset some of the costs of raising your own food. So I have some ideas here on how to make money around your farm. One of our obvious first choices is eggs. The thing is, around here, you can get about $3 for a dozen of fresh eggs. Or, if you do hatching eggs from more rare breeds, you can sell them for about $2 an egg. Of course, the best bang for your buck is if you can incubate them yourself or have a broody hen raise some for you. That way you can get $3 to $5 a chick. Even more possibly if they're the more rare breeds. I made a big mistake last year. I thought that I was going to raise lavender Americanas. So I went and bought a bunch of chicks, but I didn't really realize, I didn't do my research, so I didn't realize that they should already have the puffy cheeks and beards. So I got a bunch of Americanas that were basically throwbacks. They don't have the qualities and the traits that people that want true Americanas have. Yes, they lay blue eggs, and I can hatch blue eggs all the time, but I won't get chicks that actually have the muffs and beards. So do your research first, and always think about adding value to it. The way I added value was, like I said, instead of just just selling the fresh eggs, I would sell hatching eggs for more, or chicks for even more than that. So if you add value, you'll get more money out of your investment. Another good way to make money on your farm is a market garden. There's people out there that grow lots of extra veggies and sell them at the farmers markets. That is a great way of providing for both your family, food-wise, from the garden, and then also providing some income from selling your extras at the farmers market. This fall we're going to plant some garlic. We're going to plant a really big plot of it. Next year we'll be selling a lot of garlic at the farmers market. Hopefully we can make some pretty good income. Garlic right now is getting about $15 to $17 a pound, and it's only going to go up because right now a lot of our garlic that we get at the stores comes from China. So now there's going to be less supply from China. So we're going to be relying more on American farmers to pick up the tab. So another option, if you have a lot of land and not a lot of animals yet, you can rent out pasture, you can do horse boarding. Either one of those should usually fetch about $300 a month per horse. Of course, the obvious traditional way of making money from the farm, you can grow hay, wheat, corn, peas, stuff like that, as long as you have a good buyer to sell to. If you have enough land, you can raise cows, goats, sheep, or even pigs. We've made, it's not a lot, but a couple $100 off of our goats having babies. So usually goats will have 2 babies per breeding season. So you can usually count on maybe a couple hundred per goat in income coming in. You can do oh, sorry, I almost forgot something. I recently read that if you do pastured pigs, you can actually put 30 pigs on 1 acre. That is just a tremendous bang for your buck, if you ask me, considering how much a full-grown pig costs. And if you think about, you can actually raise 30 of those on just an acre of land. To me, that's just a great turnaround. Maybe not if you have to buy each individual piglet, but maybe if you have a sow that has a few litters of piglets, you can raise your own like that and make a pretty good profit. You can also do a pick your own farm. If you have berries or fruit trees, you can put out signs offering people to come and pick their own fruit for a discount. There's also a CSA. You could do a CSA. That is community supported agriculture. And basically you get subscribers to buy a share of your farm. And they get a weekly basket of whatever your garden is growing at the time. It's a pretty good way of getting money at the beginning of the season, so that you can plant all of your garden from the proceeds of that, and then that basically pays for your your season of veggies. You could grow and sell herbs, kind of the same way. You could dry them and sell them online or sell them at farmers markets. If you have a big garden, you could save your seeds and sell them. If you're not squeamish, you can even do a worm farm. You could grow mealworms to sell to local chicken lovers, or you can sell fishing worms. Either one of those can bring a tidy little profit. Probably won't pay your mortgage or anything, but it's a nice little boost to the farm income. The biggest thing on making money from your homestead is diversify. Try to figure out as many ways as you can feasibly do in order to bring in a little bit of income off of each thing. If you ask me, you're not going to get rich on any one venture, but if you combine them, you might be able to make yourself a tidy profit. Well, that's it for today. I'll see you next week.